concept map of the lesson forest, using and protecting. Roles of Forest Department. The Forest Department, which was established in this period, had the task of protecting the forests and planting new trees. It also had the responsibility of managing the harvesting of the forest, that is, felling mature old trees and selling them to earn money for the government. The Forest Department officials usually belonged to distant, rich communities who regarded the tribal people as ignorant and dangerous people and had no sympathy for them. They exploited the hapless tribal people, cheated them, and constantly harassed them. In the name of forest conservation, large-scale evictions occurred in the 1920s and mopping operations continued till 1940. This created an atmosphere of unending insecurity for the tribal people. The tribal people fought against this. In some regions, like the Northeast, they were able to win some protection from the government. The change in 1988 to 90 by 1988, the government realized that the development of tribal people could not be thought of without giving them any rights over forest. They understood that the protection of forest was impossible without the active role of the tribal. The National Forest Policy 1988 declared that the primary task should be to associate the tribal people in the protection, regeneration, and development of forests. It also wanted to provide gainful employment to the people living in and around forest. The government sought to involve village communities living close to the forest in their protection and development of degraded forest land. It also prescribed the right of use to village communities to meet their demand for forest produce and active participation in afforestation program. This was the beginning of an active cooperation between the forest or village communities and the Forest Department for the revival, restoration, and development of degraded forests. Thus, A new policy was put into practice in 1988, which eventually led to the joint forest management. It actually meant that the forest department and local communities will collaborate in regenerating degraded forests and planting trees. The communities were allowed to use the grass and other minor forest produce. In Andhra Pradesh, this program was renamed as Community Forest Management Program, CFM. While this program helped to bring together the forest department and the local communities, it only forced the tribal people to give up their earlier Podu lands for forest regeneration. During the same time, several tiger sanctuaries were established in the forests to protect wildlife. Forest Rights Act 2006. The tribal people had been protesting and fighting against these processes. Their cause was taken up by many non-governmental agencies, which built a national campaign for tribal rights over the forest. After prolonged debate, the Parliament passed the Forest Rights Act in 2006. For the first time, it was accepted that during the last 200 years, gross injustice had been done to tribal people and others by denying them traditional rights over the forests which actually belonged to them. It also recognized that it was impossible to preserve the forest without restoring the rights of the tribes, etc. The Act gave three main reasons for passing the new law. Firstly, to conserve the forest and at the same time ensure the livelihood and food security of the forest dwellers. Secondly, the forest rights on ancestral lands and their habitat were not adequately recognized during the colonial period as well as in independent India. This resulted in historical injustice to the forest dwellers, who are integral to the very survival and sustainability of the forest. Thirdly, it has become necessary to address the long-standing insecurity of land rights and access rights of forest dwellers, including those who were forced to relocate their dwellings due to state development interventions, like dams or tiger reserves. If implemented properly, this act can be used to undo the wrongs done to the tribal people over the generations. Many people who are associated with the conservation of forests fear that this act may cause further deforestation, as people may try to make use of forests for commercial purpose rather than traditional domestic purpose. On the other hand, others feel that by making the forest dwellers who have been traditionally taking care of the forests the main protectors, we will be able to save the forests better.